Welcome to the Varside Pubcast. We're coming from the Varside Arms, and sharing a drink with me tonight is Lee. How you doing, mate?
Good, thank you. Talking about sharing a drink, I was at Redemption on the weekend,
Mm.
and it took us a while to share a drink. Put it that way. It was Andy and only Andy until Runchers, as we call him, came along and bailed us out, helping to sort of serve up a few drinks
Oh, right, yeah.
because the queue was the biggest I've seen. I mean, I don't know if obviously word may be spreading, but it was very, very packed and
Mm.
probably took about half an hour to get served.
Yeah, that's the
So
problem with Redemption. I remember it's a great place. Andy's brilliant, and
yeah,
the
he's a
beer
great
the
guy.
beer is just superb.
And the new
Uh,
West Coast one there, because
well,
I didn't see you there, but the new West Coast is absolutely
I didn't
banging.
make it. Didn't make it. I couldn't make it in time. But funnily enough, on Thursday when I went to watch the Pacos game, I popped over to the Annie on my own, and they were selling it in there. So I
Oh,
had a
really?
pint of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was
yeah,
delicious. Lovely,
absolutely
lovely beer.
brilliant. And then I
Yeah.
met Tom Mitchell there as well. Actually, I haven't not
Oh yeah,
sort of
yeah,
chatted a lot online to him, but
yeah,
lovely guy. And his
yeah.
friend was nice
Fantastic.
afternoon chat.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that's one of the problems with Redemption though is getting served. And I
Mm,
remember just before lockdown, I think it's when we played Norwich in the FA Cup, the
mm,
last game we went to, and it was chocker in there because half of
yeah.
it was Norwich fans, half of it was Spurs fans. Really good atmosphere, but so
To be
difficult.
honest, it's never normally like this. You can get served within
Mm,
sort of 5-10 minutes.
mm,
It's only because I think someone got ended up having COVID and they couldn't attend. So it was just Andy trying to serve everybody, and you can
mm.
imagine there were away
Yeah,
fans there as well.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, a couple of people came to the rescue, which was nice.
Yeah, it's really good for Andy there because he can just get off, all the Way fans can just get off the buses and walk into Redemption,
Mm,
can't they?
mm,
So yes, it's a brilliant place. I think it's easier for you guys coming in from the north because I'm coming in from the
mm.
south. It's another 20 minutes for me to get to
Oh,
Redemption.
really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
just got off at Northumberland Park Station and just walk
yeah,
around. It's like 10-minute walk
yeah,
at most.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, I will go there on occasion, but and I didn't even make Totty Pie and Mash this week, so there we go, there we go. But
Tut, tut.
yeah, so we had a game. We had a game against uh,
Pacos de
yeah,
Ferreira.
that's right, Pacos de Ferreira Rocher, and did you weren't there, were you?
No, no,
No.
but I watched it,
Mm,
and it yeah. So I mean, I thought it was a decent game. Kane
mm,
got a nice reception,
mm.
got a couple of goals. But I thought for me the standout was Brian Hill. He just
Yeah,
there
it
were
definitely
some really
was.
lovely things about the way he was playing. It kind
Yeah.
of gave us some exciting sort of um, if you like, foreshadow, is that might be the right word, of what
Mm,
might get from him in
mm,
the future, because it's going to take him a little while, I suppose, to settle into the Premier League side. So games like this is going to be perfect for him. But he's running up the wing. He's cutting in the way he was linking things up. He could have had a few goals himself, actually.
yeah, you could.
Very unlucky not to have scored.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, clearly he's obviously going to invite all the sort of normal Bale comparisons, but there is an element of that about him, I think.
Yeah, there is a bit. Obviously, I went to the game because I'm a proper fan, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's what we
You're
do.
loyal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm very loyal to Daniel, and uh, and one of the reasons I went really was to go and watch him and Romero because
Mm,
yeah, we haven't really seen much of them at all, and yeah, I was seriously impressed, and because they'd closed the upper tier because normally I'm in the upper east. I was in the lower east and closer to the pitch, so I could get you get that kind of um, much more kind of in your face kind of vibe because you're closer to the pitch in the lower tier. And I thought the way that he was moving around the pitch, when you see it at that level, because obviously when you're higher, you can see it much clearer, but when you see
mm,
it at that level,
mm,
you'll see him interchanging, um, by going. out wide, coming back, but he was also coming deep a lot and picking the ball up. So whenever our defenders, our centre backs had the ball, he was coming to pick it up from them
Mm-hmm,
and then
mm-hmm.
playing it back or playing it wide. And his awareness was really good,
Yeah.
superb.
I mean, what is he,
And
19?
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, so,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of maturity and,
Mm,
real looks a really good prospect. I mean,
mm.
he could be one of the answers to some of the creativity problems we currently have.
Yeah, in fact, there was Harry Brooks on Twitter, the coach on Twitter I follow. He was saying that I might have this wrong, but I think he was saying essentially that maybe Hill is one of these players that you could actually put into the Dele Alli box
Mm,
to box
mm-hmm,
positions
mm-hmm.
because he is more than just a forward. He's a baller,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
he gets stuck in as well. But he reads the game really well,
I mean,
and yeah, maybe he's an option for that.
I didn't know too much about him to be quite honest beforehand,
Mm,
but I sort of naively assumed that he'd be just a sort of left winger, left-footed wing. You know, he's
yeah,
not one of these inverted kind of wingers.
yeah,
But actually, like you were saying, really he comes infield a lot and seems to
yeah.
link up the play there a lot as well. So it'd be interesting to see how that one goes because he could, over the next 6 months, a year, I think he could, really come to the fore there.
Yeah, exactly. I think I want to liken him to someone like Bernardo Silva in a way because
Mhm.
he's got that ability to take the ball, get stuck in, read the game, but he can wander over various parts of the pitch and still be effective. So whereas someone like Sonny, you can't expect him to do it. He just
Mm,
doesn't have that
mm,
range of play. But put him in front of goal or score, of course, and he'll score. But going back to the game, I thought Kane was standout. Actually, he
mm,
was
mm,
standout above everybody else. Such a quality player, of course, as we all know. And within the first few seconds of the game, Romero played a lovely little kind of
I
Alderweireld
saw that.
chip over
Yeah.
the top, and Kane he skied it. So it was that was interesting. But of course, he got a couple of goals and did various bits. They were very defensive, low block, didn't really come out very much. So it was
What,
a
what did you make of Romero's performance? I've got a few
mhm.
observations, but what did you make of it being there live?
Well, I was quite close to him. I was very close to him when he had that interception and got a yellow card, and I thought that was such a neat piece of play that he did there
Mm,
because he read the game, saw it really quickly, went to intercept, and of course his foot was a bit high, so the ref gave him a card. But overall, I didn't think he made any mistakes as such. Maybe you saw differently on the television, but um, he just seemed to be in control, very calm,
mm, mhm.
um, decent on the ball, very decent on the ball, very confident,
It just
and
struck me just watching it. I mean,
mm,
again, you do see something slightly different, but you would have seen this.
mm,
It struck me watching that he played up the pitch as much as he could. He
yeah,
liked
he
to
does push it.
break,
He
a bit
pushes
like
it.
Jan Vertonghen used to
Yeah,
when he used to sort of bomb up there a bit. And I can imagine
you're
that
right.
if we do play a three, that he would be the sort of player who's going to sort of take the ball out and go up
Yeah,
into midfield more.
yeah,
In that kind of Vertonghen way that when he was doing that in his pomp.
yeah, you're right.
Um,
In
you know,
fact, there was a point in the game where I realised that it was him up front. I didn't realise, that he'd actually
he
moved forward, but
was
he
alongside
does.
Kane a few times.
Yeah, he
You know,
just ghosts forward,
yeah, yeah.
and that's quite interesting. I mean, I don't know what I think about that in terms of team structure,
I
but
think he's used to doing that for Argentina. So,
yeah,
if you put him in a back four, I might be a little bit concerned
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's going to go AWOL
Well,
possibly.
that's right. You're going
But
to
if
need Skip and another midfielder to cover him,
yeah, to cover
probably.
him, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. But
yeah,
he has got the potential to give us that overload
yeah,
and always
yeah.
be there. And he's looking to be attacking.
Yes.
And I mean, a lot of that game, I was kind of keeping an eye on him, and I saw him on the edge of the box
Mm,
quite a lot.
mm, mm. Yeah,
Whether that's an
I didn't
instruction or
notice
just
that as
his
much.
game.
Well, exactly, and for Atalanta, he used to play in a back three, and
Mm,
the other he was in the middle, so he didn't play a sweeper as such. But what he played almost like the old Eric Dyer position, where
Mm-hmm.
he used to under
Mm.
Pochettino play
Yeah.
that in the middle kind of role, but he was always in there destroying the midfield. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so maybe that's what Nuno's got in mind for him.
Does that mean that
So
you reckon they might then Højbjerg and Skip, they could interchange those instead? Because it
yeah,
might be too much to have those three there, sort of
yeah,
in that, with that kind of similarish role, I suppose.
exactly. That is quite possible. Maybe. Yeah, yeah. You never know. And now that he's apparently going to go and play for Argentina,
Mm.
and he's going to be in a redless country, he's going to be obviously isolating,
Yeah.
and so he's going to miss a few games. So that might be one of the reasons why he isn't really getting much game time at the moment, because Nuno's
Yeah.
just thinking,
Yeah.
I've got to think of consistency here. So
Yeah, I think I mean, on top of that, I think both him and Lo Celso in one of their games on the 9th of September, and then after they played that, they got 10 days isolation,
they
plus they
do.
got to get fit again.
Yeah,
We might not
yeah,
even see him for a month.
exactly. That's the problem. As soon
Yeah.
as they've done that, it's like an injury, isn't it? So,
Mm.
and I think
But
Sanchez is going away as well, so that's a bit of a problem.
yeah,
So,
I don't think his is quite as bad though. I think Sanchez has got a game coming up, I think like on the 2nd of September, and then
okay.
I think against Bolivia, and then I think he's more or less coming back quite quickly after
Okay.
that. So I think he'll be available
For the Palace
for
game. Yeah,
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 probably could be for that one. I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
might
It
be
should
wrong,
be.
but I think he could
Hmm.
well be.
Yeah,
But just
yeah.
if we ended up playing a back three, if that's why we've got him, maybe I don't know. But then Emerson, I suppose, would make sense, wouldn't it? Really bringing him in because he looks like he could be that kind of player who'd play out there.
Yeah, although what I've read about Emerson is that he's got some really top stats going forward and also defending.
Oh, really?
So maybe,
Yeah.
he's a back four type right back,
Mm.
but he's so young, it's very hard to tell what his capabilities are.
What did you make of Sessegnon? I thought he lacked a bit of confidence for me.
Yeah, he did, but I thought he got involved more than he did under Mourinho,
Oh
because
yeah,
he
yeah.
hardly played under Pochettino, if at all.
It's
But
better
under
second half, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, he was obviously, told to, just get out there and play, because this team were just playing so low in the block, that there was that freedom to do so, and he did get stuck in a bit more, but he does seem like one of these players that really lacks the confidence just to go out
Mm.
there and play. He needs to,
Yeah, I don't know where it's
needs a bit of
come
help.
from because I mean I've heard some people say that he seems to have found the step to this size club a difficult transition. How,
Mm,
how they would know that I have no idea, but you could maybe read between the lines and sort of guess that might be the case.
mm,
But he's yeah, he just it doesn't seem yet like he quite fits. And I mean I don't think it will happen, but I wouldn't be also shocked if he went out on loan again.
mm. I think that'd be a shame.
I think it would be a
But
shame, yeah.
but at the same time, other side of the coin, you see what's happened to Skip. It's just been a revelation for him, because going to Norwich, he's got loads of game
It's
time
made
in a
him.
very ball-playing team, and
Mm.
yeah, and they loved him there, and I'm loving him this
Yeah.
season.
Mm.
In fact, I kept, sorry, we're flitting around here, but in the Watford game, I just kept my eye on him, because I just wanted to see what he did, where he
Hmm.
went on the
Hmm.
pitch, and he's forever looking over his shoulder. He's forever checking where he is.
Hmm.
He's very
Well, I think
studious and
la-
hardworking.
last season, I mean, when you look at what Højbjerg did, which was miraculous,
Mm,
the way he was trying to cover everything.
yeah.
But now he's got Skip there also. That's he's not got quite the as much responsibility. The two of them can share it, and they share it pretty nicely. I mean, even though I think we are like that game, we scored three. Other games like the Watford game, which we'll come on to. So,
Mm,
but it's not like we're just sitting back now.
no, no.
We're solid, which is what he wanted.
Yeah.
But you can see probably won't take much of a tweak for us to kind of start knocking a few goals in and being solid overall. And there
Mm,
and that sort of double pivot, I suppose, is